obviously the core of the book is about love and to be love and to be loved. So what do you think is holding people back from love?
Um, I think the first thing is this idea that you have to be or do something for love. Love isn't something you have to earn. Love isn't something that you have to be enough for. Love isn't something that you have to qualify for. I think very often, trying to be positive, we say, you're enough, you're worthy. And it's like, no, there is no enoughness, there is no worthiness. These aren't measurements that apply to a human being. You can have enough gas in your car, you can have enough money in your bank account. You can't be enough of a person. And this idea of earning and qualifying for love, I think, is the really big idea that's really been messing us up. Because the truth is, we're all, we think love is confusing, but it's not. It's extremely simple. It's not easy, but it's very simple. And when we think about our relationships that are non-romantic, love stays simple. You don't, you hold a nephew or a niece for the first time, you're filled with love. They didn't do anything to earn it. There's no qualification there. Then they can throw up on you and you'll still love them. So there's no right or wrong when it comes to this stuff because the love is always there. It's really about what we're doing to allow ourselves to access that love. The analogy I like to use is love is the breeze and our job is to open our sails. And that's
I like that.
so instead of saying I have to find love, I don't deserve love. These don't apply. You don't find a breeze. You don't deserve a breeze. You open your sail to access the breeze and catch it. And you want to create pathways of love. Like, if I want to deepen my love with you, we create a pathway for that love to flow. We don't find love or create love. And that pathway is built on vulnerability. It's not built on me and you going on a date and me asking you your favorite color and your favorite movie. It's built on me letting you see the real me at the fear of being judged and you doing vice versa. And as we do that, and as we are more vulnerable with each other, a pathway, starts to form. And then we have a conflict and we start throwing rubble and obstructions on that pathway. And then that blocks the flow of love. That applies to you and me, but that also applies to me and me. I have to be more vulnerable with myself. I have to be more intimate with myself for me to access, the love that exists within me. And I think that's the really big idea that we have to understand here. I think where it gets confusing is this world of romance and dating. Romance and dating, there's a lot of enoughness. There's a lot of worthiness. There's a lot of qualifying, but none of it is love. If I want to earn a second date with you, I have to earn it. But that's not earning your love. That's just earning more of your attention. And we have to understand attention, affection, admiration, power, control, success, obsession. These aren't love. These are bootleg versions of love. These are fast food versions of love. These are the games that we play before, but we all want the exact same thing, which is to be sitting in our sweats with the other person watching TV with all our masks off.
Yeah.
That's the love that we're working towards, but we're doing all this, this song and dance, putting on all these masks, wearing, putting our best foot forward, having our best stories, acting like something that we're not, in hopes that one day we can let it all go and be accepted for as we are. If we skip all that and just get to that first step, we'll be in a significantly better situation. And I think when we realize that, it's still fine. Like, yeah, you should date and you should try to win a person over on some capacity, but don't mix that up with love. Don't conflate it with love. And then we'll start to realize that most of the things that we're doing is really sabotaging ourselves from realizing the love that was always there.
And I think you brought up a really good point. A lot of it is that we quantify love, right? With
Yeah.
this idea of worth. So that's an interesting way to look at it. Like we're always, if we're quantifying it, we're expecting somebody else to kind of give us a score of their, like what score did we land on their love card?
Yeah.
And that creates a power dynamic that doesn't really exist because love isn't a power dynamic. It's,
Yeah.
I remember for me, when I shifted out of that, that was like a game changer for me that like,
Mhm.
oh, this isn't a power play
Yeah.
because it felt like, yeah, like you're giving somebody the power to grade you on how lovable you are, which is just a mind-made concept. It's just not real.
Yeah.
And when I just realized like, oh, it doesn't matter to play these games I just want somebody, I just want to like be myself. And if somebody receives that, great. And if they don't, it's just not the right person. And I think that's something we've also talked about on the podcast is um, it's not about right or wrong or good or bad. Uh, Love and dating and relationships is just kind of like a big jigsaw puzzle.
Hmm.
No piece is a bad piece. It's just one is a better fit.
Mm.
And so it's just like you're just trying to find that fit. Um, and that doesn't make any of the other pieces bad. They're all necessary in the big picture,
Yeah,
So
and to
I love
further
that.
that point, I think it's also important to realize that like the society that we live in is not on our team when it comes to this. So we're talking about that quantifying. Look, now we have social media, which is quantifying your likes,
Oh my
quantifying
gosh.
your followers, your comments. So now you're mixing up all that attention for love. So the way the world is operating, because society in the world has its own agenda, and its agenda isn't to make you happy. Its agenda is to keep you contributing to their economy. So yeah, and it's the same thing with the love stories you watch. All the couples that you see on TV, Ross and Rachel, Bobby, Whitney, whatever, they're not here to teach you what love is. They're here to entertain you because the healthiest relationships are in peace. And peace is not
Oh,
fun to watch on TV. Peace
so boring.
is boring. It's uneventful.
Yeah.
It's like watching the fireplace channel. And and I think it's a really important thing because we're signal with that. We're also signal with porn, this hypernormalness. And I think it's important to recognize that, to realize there's nothing wrong with us for believing these things because that's all we're being taught. And we're being taught by, a larger society that has its own agenda that doesn't prioritize what we need as individuals. And again, even before we were living in larger societies, we were living in smaller societies where the needs of the tribe, the needs of the village were more important than you. And if you chose yourself over the village, you would get ostracized and probably die. So the rejection that we fear from society and other people is real. It's ingrained into us. It's in our software. We just have to realize that it's outdated software and you can't delete it. It's like there's software on your phone that the phone comes with. You can't delete the calculator off your iPhone. It's there. Your need to people please is there. Your need to feel like, FOMO is the most horrible feeling in the world. It's there. These are parts of our software. We just have to be aware that this stuff is irrelevant now. And you can't delete it. You just have to catch yourself when you do it.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video and check out our next one. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more amazing dating, love, and relationship advice from me and so many expert guests. Follow us on socials. We're at Kinda Dating across the board. I'm Natasha Chandel, so you can find me too if you like. And join our newsletter on www.kindadating.com for lots of exclusives. See you soon.